So, I just picked up the Devil May Cry 5 demo that was released today. So, I just figured I would give my drop in the bucket, my fresh, hot takes. This is going to be unscripted. It's going to be a low edit, loosey-goosey video, pretty short, because I just want to get my thoughts out and get it out there. This isn't going to be like a getting into video or anything. Just wanted to just give my thoughts and my comments. Though, if you've seen any of my previous videos, you know exactly pretty much what I'm going to say. Like, what are we doing here? What do you expect me to say other than it's great and I love it and I can't wait for the 8th to roll around next month? I fucking want this game right now. So I'm just going to probably keep playing the demo like the rest of this whole week. But to get to the particulars of it all, the first thing that I noticed when I picked it up, other than the fact that the RE engine looks fucking fantastic. If you've played the Resident Evil 2 remake, you already know that, but it really does just look phenomenal. But as far as the first thing you notice when you pick up the controller, the movement, like the traversal of it, is way snappier and faster than even Devil May Cry 4 when you have the sprint. It's nuts. You are flying through the environment when you're not in combat, which I appreciate. I like the increased traversal speed. It's very welcome. But that doesn't mean you should not stop to smell the roses. There's a lot of weirdly minor, like, little details that Capcom put in that really serve no purpose except to just, like, kind of show off the budget, I guess. You know, like, you can walk through, they're like these people in the street who are, you know, turned to ash or whatever, and when you walk through them, they kind of crumble to dust, and you see, like, these little tree roots that are inside them, you know, like the roots of the big tree that you see in all the trailers. There are, like, balloons that, like, if you swing at them, they pop. Cars, you know, rumble when you strike them. It's, you know, there's a lot of physics stuff, which is very new for a Devil May Cry game. So I thought that was all really neat. Not a lot of people would probably, like, stop and actually notice that, but it's a lot of, like, little bells and whistles. They didn't have to do that, but it's pretty cool. So, getting into the combat, Nero specifically works pretty much exactly how he works in Devil May Cry 4 and Devil May Cry 4 Special Edition. He's got a lot of the same moves, those moves have a lot of the same inputs. His B combo is noticeably missing, which kind of a bummer. It might be in the full game, who knows? Probably. But I always liked his B combo, I always thought it fit his character really well. But he does have his A combo, his C combo. He's got, you know, his launcher. He's got like, you know, he's got shuffle, and roulette and all that good shit. You do have to buy it, which I'll get into that in a bit, but you do have to buy it. But the new thing that you know, you've seen in all the trailers is the Devil Breaker, which is like the replacement for his Devil Bringer from DMC4. The Devil Breaker works fundamentally very much like the Devil Bringer. If you're locked onto an enemy and you press circle, it does the, you know, same thing that the Devil Bringer would do, where it like latches out like a little grappling hook, yanks them in, and you can whack on them like you would in the last game. On top of all of the special abilities that each arm has, there's 3 in the demo, which was Overture. I forget the other 2 off the top of my head, but, you know, the other one's like the Rocket Punch, and the last one is like the beam arm that is also like a shockwave thing, and that one's probably my favorite. I found the most mileage out of that one, so you'll be seeing me using that one a lot in the footage that I throw up on this thing. Each one of them has, you know, like their basic move that is mapped to, like, you know, tapping the circle. Like, the Overture has the battery, like the electric hand thing, and the punch one has, you know, the rocket punch. You know, it has the rocket punch. It works a lot like, Round Trip, Dante's Round Trip, which I thought was really neat, except it kind of works, I kind of prefer it to Round Trip because it doesn't take your sword away. So you can shoot it at an enemy, turn around, still use your sword and everything. So I thought that was really neat. And the beam one, which has a name that I can't pronounce off the top of my head, you know, it lets you bounce around with like shockwaves and stuff, and it lets you deflect stuff. I think specifically projectiles, kind of like Royal Guard. So that was really neat. And you can use L1 to break them at will. So if there's one that you really want to use and you accidentally like picked one up, or that one's just not doing well for you in this particular situation, just pop it off, get another one. Get the next one down the line. They are reasonably placed throughout the level, so you're never gonna like be without one, really, unless you're intentionally breaking them. And you can purchase them either at the beginning of a mission or along the way, which, again, I'll get to the shop in a second. Whenever you finish up a fight, it does that cool, like, zoom in and slow-mo. So if you're doing something, like, particularly stylish and you happen to end the whole thing on it, it zooms in and the animation goes into slow motion and everything looks really cool and you just feel like, awesome. I really like that. I'm so glad they put that in because it's so fucking cool. And all the taunts are great. I'm in love with these taunts. There's a couple of them that, like, you know, there's one where, like, Nero will flip up his hood and then he'll just keep his hood up until I think until he gets hit. And then it gets knocked back down. But little shit like that, like, that's super cool. And on the note of taunts, if you run up to an enemy, and press the taunt button, he will do the drop kick that you see in, I believe, the second trailer. He will just straight up drop kick a motherfucker, and you can absolutely end fights, and kill enemies using the drop kick, and it will do the cool slow-mo on the drop kick. I don't think I ever got that to actually do that. I did it once, but it wasn't, I guess, a fight big enough to warrant a slow-mo, which kind of sucks, but the fact that you can do that is awesome. So you work your way through the mission, lots of money, lots of cool cinematic. There's a lot of like big shots, lot of sweeping vistas and stuff, and you always got that tree in the background. The tree is fucking awesome. That's just what this video is. It's just me sitting here for like 10 minutes telling you it's fucking awesome. It's fucking awesome. But it is. It's all fucking awesome. You make your way through the level, and about at the end, you find a phone booth, a red phone booth. And if you go to pick up the phone, plays a little cutscene, and then Nico shows up in the devil van, or, you know, whatever you want to call it, their little van trailer. And Nico is the shop. She is your Goddess of Time statue. So much so that she has a little Goddess of Time statue on her desk. That's kind of just barely obscured by the menu, but you can see it. It's pretty up front and up close to the camera. You can buy Devil Breakers there. You can buy moves. You can buy presumably items. There were no items for purchase at the shop, but I would assume in the full game you would be able to purchase items. No more Proud Souls, which that was fairly obvious. I think they came out really early and said that they were done with the Proud Souls thing. They tried it and they just went back to Red Orbs. So everything's Red Orbs again. There is when you're shopping for moves, there is a try feature, which, you know, obviously it would probably take you into like a little arena where you can give like combos a shot. It gives you like temporary access to the move so you can try it out. It wasn't available in the demo, but the button was there. So, you know, full game you'll be able to try moves before you buy them, which is nice. Don't know if they'll be able to refund moves. I think they said moves were permanent, but I don't know if that's just for the demo. Haven't had any word on that I know of. So then you're done, you buy whatever you need to buy, and then you head out and then you fight the boss, which, true to Devil May Cry tradition, is a giant, big, growly, human, kind of guy. And, you know, he's pretty fun. There's a lot of stage transitions, again, that you probably saw in the trailers. And he's kind of a little send up to like all of the first bosses a little bit. Cause he's like, you know, he's got like a sort of fire thing going on, which is kind of like Burial. He shoots big fireball projectiles, kind of like Phantom did in DMC1, that you can reflect. You can reflect with one or two of the Devil Breakers, and I think you can just negate them if you hit it right with Red Queen. And he has a lot of like AoE stuff, like Cerberus did. So it was a decently fun fight for what I would presume, maybe not the first boss fight, but probably one of the earlier boss fights of the game. It was pretty fun. And then once you beat him, you know, you get your little cutscene of Nero acting all cocky, which, by the way, I like the subtle changes in Nero's character here. He's still Nero, but he's obviously a little older, so he's also a little cooler in the head. In DMC4, he would get pissed off a lot and just scream at everything. In this game, he's much more willing to, he's more laid back. He's willing to joke. He's willing to give people little jabs and laugh stuff off and not take things too seriously. So he's got a little bit of Dante in him now. Not a lot, but a little bit. And so then you get a little cutscene after you beat him, and then it gives you your ranking, which I never got above an A rank, unfortunately. I couldn't quite get that S rank. I'm too much of a scrub for that. But the rankings are now primarily style and amount of red orbs found, and like time and stuff, and like doing cool other shit, and like finding secrets and stuff kind of factors into. There's like you can hit, I believe, square and get like a detailed list, like a breakdown of all the different like bonuses you got for doing certain things. Like there's bonuses for like getting through the level exceptionally quickly. There's bonuses for having a consistent style rank. So like if you got lots of B or A ranks or whatever, the game will reward you for playing good consistently, rather than just having like one really good fight and then a bunch of like C ranks or whatever. And there was also a bonus called Get Wet. I'm not sure what that's about. I think it means like jumping in the water. I don't know. But it's everything sort of matters and everything will pile up, but it's like 3 big categories, and then all the little stuff that you do throughout the mission kind of adds on top of it, and will give you like bonus red orbs and stuff. And that's pretty much the demo. It's very short and sweet. You can blow through it in about 15 minutes if you skip the cutscenes, and about a half hour if you watch all of them. And once you get, it saves the red orbs you get, so that you can keep, when you replay it, you can eventually just get all of the available moves and, buy all the devil burgers you want and stuff. So eventually you don't even need to call Nico anymore. You can just run past that and just get straight to the boss. So it's really short, really sweet, get right through it, and it's a lot of fun. And if this is what the rest of the game is going to be like, then I was already sold, but now I'm like 150% sold. If you don't already have it, go find it and play the shit out of it. You gotta get ready for the 8th. Gotta get ready. I love Devil May Cry so much. I'm so happy. This is the best timeline. This is the best timeline that we live in. Alright, I will see you guys later for the part 2 of my Devil May Cry 4 Special Edition getting into shit, and then we'll get into all the extra goodies somewhere down the road. But for right now, I just wanted to put this out here, and I feel like I'm a little obligated at this point, doing a Devil May Cry series, to like talk about the demo. So that's my 2 cents. It's great. Not that you needed to be told that, but it's great.